Welcome to another episode of Wreck-It Regency.
Oh no.
Today we're going to talk about petticoats. I don't have a lot to say about it actually. I don't know. It was fun. I did digitize some embroidery for insertion, and I think it's like a lovely little addition. I'm getting blinded by this newer light right now. I think I need a gel. Is that better? I really have no idea how to set up lighting. I really don't. Anyway, petticoats. There's usually two different styles here. We've got the one that's got the bodice on the top, and then we've got the one that's got straps. Yay, poor illustration. I went and made a petticoat that has decoration on it, because why the heck can't your underwear be pretty? I made this. This is my twill tape, and I got cotton, and then this area here where the embroidery is was Swiss muslin, and then it became insertion. The front piece is a trapezoid, the flat front, and then the rest of this is pleated into half of the waistband, and then the back is a full rectangle pleated all the way. I actually did the back open like that a little ways down and then finished off the edge there, and then it's all gathered into the band. It's actually two pieces. I didn't do the fold over thing with this because I needed a place at the top to insert my twill tape. Does that make any sense? No idea. Just bear with me here. You'll see how it all comes together. Shout out to the wonderful blog E.K. Duncan, i.e. my fanciful muse, because that is where I found these wonderful illustrations of Ackerman's repository and actual designs that you can use for embroidery from 1810, 1812, etc. Here I am digitizing that lovely bottom motif you just saw. And here you can see the machine is stitching out the pattern in cotton on this lovely muslin, the Swiss muslin. It's so light and soft. Here I am rinsing out all the stabilizer in the shower with all of my son's toys. Just gonna throw it in there and then turn on the water and just sort of let it drain off for a while. And then once, all of that has dissolved, then you can hang it up. I did make the petticoat before I digitized that insertion because I needed to know how much insertion I needed, and I took 0 pictures of my process, so we're gonna run through it. So here on the finished product, you can see where twill tape goes in, and then where the knife pleating starts. I did single knife pleats, and then at a certain point I had excess fabric and I started doing stacked knife pleats, I think is what they're called. So here you can see 2 pleats in one position. And then here in the back you can see that I just finished off the edge with a rolled hem where the opening was. And the whole thing ties together in the back. Easy peasy, really. This is like some kind of Regency form of racerback. How does insertion work? I still don't know. Okay, let's see if I could do this. All right, you got a piece of fabric, right? Or your finished garment. And then you've got your embroidery on some muslin, right? Okay. Then you've got your seam allowance around the embroidery, because that's important, because you need that to fold that under so that you can apply it to the face, the front part of the garment in the place that you want it to be. So in my case, I used invisible stitch, just so that I knew it was in exactly the right place where I wanted it. Then it gets complicated because you flip over your fabric where you have all these nice stitches, right? And you literally just cut a line in the middle all the way across. So you reveal the fabric that's on top. So don't cut the fabric that's on top, just the base fabric in between those two lines of stitching. Then you roll up the piece of fabric on both sides that you just cut, right? And you finish it off. Yeah. So here I am pinning the embroidered muslin to the surface of the cotton petticoat in the place that I want it to be, and then invisible stitching it down. And here you can see how I'm using the cotton that was cut back to finish off the edges on the back side. So what you end up with is a window, right? Because the sheer fabric kind of just adds a little bit of variability to the hemline, and I think it's really, really pretty. I may not have known at all what I was doing, but I really like it.